They tryna turn Trenton into Baby Flint. Been signs by depression on the billboards ever since. 100 years ago we was lynched. Now they use germ warfare to kill us. I'm convinced, got the evidence. I look around and it's evident. Then go down to City Hall and see so much negligence. Real art is intelligent. A true artist sends messages that speak to your intelligence. They fought and died so I can do my thing. Not to get drunk and high or join no gang. I will not let none of you die in vain. For my people I bang, bang, bang. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. I rep for you in everything I do. I rep for you in every place I go. I rep for you in everything I do. In every place I go. They say post-traumatic slavery disorder's fake, but I just tell them all to wake up. Everything we went through, what a way down a rape, bro. Isn't our genetic makeup. So I am my ancestors from block to block. Let's build like it's Tetris. We must unite, link up like a necklace. They fought and died and we disrespected. So I come to correct it. The legacy they left I protected. We only think about self and neglected. You're African but yet you rejected. No, my ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. I rep for you in everything I do. I rep for you in every place I go. I rep for you in everything I do. In every place I go. I do. I go.
Hey.
Peace, peace, peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Walaikum
salam.
assalam. That's the universal greetings of peace and blessings. Welcome to this edition of the new Freedom XChange. I am Brother Bilal, and I am joined by our beloveds. This is the team right here, the family, Brother Deen and Sister Marsha. What's up? What's up? Assalamu alaikum. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another edition, New Freedom XChange special edition.
Oh,
Debut
special. Yeah, very
edition.
special.
You know how we do.
Yeah.
We mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So how y'all feeling tonight?
I'm feeling excited, man.
Yeah, excited. We have something special tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Real special.
Absolutely. Well, our guest is here. We're not going to waste time. Let's bring her in. The one and only Zaimah Beloved. Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Making my way home. How you guys doing?
We're
Doing
good.
good.
We're
Doing
good.
good.
How are you?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
I'm about to get in my car.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
No
Good
problem.
to see you. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here. It's such a big deal to me.
That's good. And it's a big deal to us too. It's a real big deal to us to be for you to choose for you to honor us with your presence yet again. But this time, honor us in the aspect of allowing us to play an exclusive from the one only Zaimah Beloved. The exclusive.
Yes.
We're very excited.
I can't wait.
Very excited, man.
Thank God.
Very excited.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm sorry, Sister Marsha. I have to salute the Queen. Salam.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu
Salam.
alaikum. Yeah, we have like a little sister love thing.
Yes, you have to acknowledge. You must acknowledge the feminine energy, okay?
Yes.
Oh, the lower chakra. We ain't even get started yet with the chakra. Come on.
Yes.
we didn't hit him with that yet.
Not yet, right? Listen.
We gotta build it up. Let's talk about it. I mean,
Okay. Listen.
Tell us a little something about the inspiration behind the track. You know?
So you've heard it.
No, we haven't. No, you.
I sent an email. My email. I was like,
no, Yeah, you said private. You said private content. You said not to listen to it.
Okay, but look, that's how God wanted it to be. So it's okay that you didn't hear it. So lower chakras, as you know, the concept of lower chakras is like a mystical, spiritual concept. I think born from another faith other than the one that I am, but it's talking about the area inside of you that is the source of like your desire, and it can be unruly, and you can't let yourself be led by your lower chakras. You cannot let yourself be led by that energy source, and we're all energy. And the higher up you go in the chakras, the more conscious you are, the more evolved you are. But some people are kind of stuck in that lower nature. And as Muslims, for those who are Muslim, we know that is the nafs part of us. Right. So it wouldn't have been as catchy if I had said lower nafs. I'm sorry, guys.
We get it.
That might be the remix, though. That could be a remix, though.
That could be the remix. That could be the remix. This was significant because I've never, I'm a community artist first, and I come from the Imam Worthy Muhammad community. I'm Muslim. I was raised Muslim. Most of the time that I've done music has been for my community, and it's been a mercy and a blessing when people outside of our community would say, "Hey, that was really good. I like that." And I was like, wow, other people can appreciate consciousness. Other people can appreciate music with a message. So this is my very, very, very first song that I have put on like the industry streaming sites like Apple Music and Google Play, Amazon Music,
Come on out,
Pandora,
sister. Come on.
Tidal. Yeah.
Yes.
This is my very, very first. So I had to find someone to mix it so it could have the good quality, high quality mix. And I called on my brother, Farid El-Amin, who, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's out of Atlanta. He lives in Chicago right now. But he's an amazing producer. He's an amazing producer. I had no idea. I had no idea.
We need to get him on the show next up. You need to get a bit of free on the show, man.
I'm gonna let him know. I'll let him know that you're interested.
Yeah, let him know. Plug us in. But you mentioned a point about you being a community artist and born into the community of Muslims, specifically the community of Imam Warfadi Muhammad, may Allah forgive his sins and grant him paradise. We was talking to another artist, Sister Misunderstood, and she relayed a message I think that's important for all artists, especially in the Muslim genre, is that when they make music, so I'm saying, and we make music for the community, and the community doesn't come to support that. So like when you say this is your first track for everybody's consumption, that's what we're talking about. Because I don't even think that if Imam Muhammad was alive right now, would say for you to restrict ourselves just to making music for our community. Because we know from experience that our community, that's okay. Our community does not. Sometimes we don't show the support that we should for each other. So
it's not.
Can you talk? Can you talk? 100%. Right. Can you talk a little bit about that? Your journey in terms of your artistry, and the barriers that you might have come across, and the pros. We could talk about that too.
Yeah, you know what? I just before I forget, I wanted to respond to something that you said, because you said you don't think that the Imam would restrict us from creating music for people outside of our community. Like that's our job as believers and as Muslims and just in general good human beings. We are never supposed to be limiting ourselves to those who are just like us, because if you have something good, you want it for everyone, right? So conscious music to me, like this is like, I have so much energy. I feel like I could run a marathon when I talk about this, because it's really something I feel like I was groomed for. I started out singing in school, high school, and slowly but surely I noticed that I had a knack for writing. So I began writing little little songs here and there, like all the way from like video games. I would be writing songs with my brother Kadir Latif. Shout out to Kadir Latif, my baby brother. We would be writing songs to the video game music, and we didn't know, but that was actually very special. Like nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's writing songs to video game, and they'd be really good songs too. So we kind of naturally had a gift, and we both did we continue to grow and expand that gift. My brother, I love him, and he's taught me a lot of lyricism. I've learned a lot from him about honing that craft. But for the most part, it was for people who were around me the most. It was for it was a Muslim sound. It was truth music. I was trying to create something that our community could relate to, Muslims and Muslims in the community of Imam Worthy Muhammad. And over time, my sound just started to become a little bit more universal. So it wasn't just, I didn't want to use language that was only for us, that only we could recognize, for example, Arabic language. I wanted to use language that everyone could understand. You don't have to use Arabic in order for it to be good. You know, you don't have to be saying like Muslim sentences and using language that is specific to Islam in order for it to be good. If you're able to terms, keeping the message of Islam, keeping the message of Christianity, whoever you are, whatever faith you are, if you're able to speak in the simplest terms to people, that shows that you have a universal truth. You need to express that. And that's what the world needs today. And that is the destiny. The destiny of popular culture is consciousness.
Right. And I think one thing to remember in everything that we do as Muslims, right, is we talk about the fact that, you know, we are in a position to lead and to change the world, right? And so how do we do that if we're not speaking to the masses, if we're only doing it for this small segment? So I love the fact that you decided to branch out and to have the message to go further than just that one room.
Thank you. I was just being true to myself. Like Charlie Bird Parker said, if you don't live it, it won't come out your horn. I can't do anything except for what's inside of me. It was inside of me. I connected very much to people from different walks of life besides just my specific faith, God-fearing people who loved good. I connected with them. I didn't have to have the same language, but who they were and the essence of who they were, if it was good, then I connected with them. And I'm just being myself. This is who I am. I'm built for the job. All I can say is I'm built for the job. And I'm so excited because I've been waiting for this time. I've been waiting to be here with you right now. I've been waiting for this.
As our leader would say, born for the mission. Born for the mission.
Hey. I'm about to be where I need to be. Sorry for driving while we're talking, guys.
No, this is super exclusive.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Super,
on the road.
super.
On the road, man. I mean, so.
I see you.
This is very exciting. I mean, before we get to playing the joint, the new exclusive, I'm glad that you mentioned that you got this new record that's going to come out on Friday on all platforms at midnight. I presume it's at midnight, right? It's going to drop at midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, midnight tonight. Tonight is the Lower Chakras will be on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all the streaming networks you can think about, YouTube, and all of that. That's a major win because I mean, like, to be honest, that's where we need to be. We need to be in those places where we can spread our influence and spread our sound and spread our awareness and get paid.
Yes,
and get paid. Everything in due time. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain and say,
no.
They don't want to support. You know what? you increase your value, and give the people what they want to hear, and you will get paid.
Right.
And
Exactly.
you will get paid. And that's how and that's for my own self. I haven't really truly put myself at the level that I should in order for me to get what I feel I deserve. So I'm starting to increase my value and do more things. I have a website now, ZaimahBeloved.com. I'm doing promo. You know, it's we can't point a finger and say, oh, you don't support. Listen, give the people something of high value and they won't be able to resist it.
Right. I hear that.
They won't be able to resist it. And that's just, I think that's just the way, I think that's just nature. That's just nature. The cream will rise to the top. So I'm not worried about a payday. I'm doing this because it's inside me and it's bursting out of me. It's literally bursting out of me like I have to do it. It's part of my destiny to do it. I was sick I was looking for my purpose right before I got sick. And then I got sick and it was the mercy of God. And this is born from all of that. It was like, okay, I've been sitting on this. This song was done in October of 2019, and I had just been sitting on it, waiting for the perfect time.
Wow.
And after this last experience that I went through, it was like, no, don't wait for the perfect time. You are the perfect time.
Right.
You have it inside you and you're ready. That's the perfect time. Go.
That's a quote right there. That's the perfect time. I'm going to be with my brother
Kadir Latif too.
Nice.
It's the quote. Let's put that in quotations, man. Come on,
I got it.
Throw that up there, man.
I don't want you. Wait. What was the quote? Because I don't even.
You're the perfect time. You're the perfect time.
What was it?
You were the perfect time.
You're the perfect time. That's right. You are the perfect time.
In this moment, and people, and I think it's important that people live out their purpose and people live out their passions and their dreams. I mean, like you are a living testimony. We're all living testimonies of that in very unique ways. You know that we're still standing despite the challenges that we have went through. Despite your challenges, Zaimah, that you went through with COVID and being a conqueror, as I would describe, of COVID-19, and being able to still share your passion, still share your love for humanity. In a sense, saying through your gift, do the gift. In a sense, saying like this is a gift. This is a gift that we have, and if we don't use our gift, we don't use our gifts to advance the community life and to advance humanity, then we'll have to answer for that. We have to answer for the higher power for that, to Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And He could take it away. He could take it away from us.
Right.
Throwing that in there.
The goal is to we have to die completely spent of everything that He's given us. Not only spent of it, but we have to die having improved upon it and then completely spent. So I don't want to leave anything inside of me. I don't want to, and I'm so good at that. I'm so good at protection. I'm very, very protective. I mean, I have over 200 songs, and I have this.
Whoa!
Slow down.
Whoa! Wait a minute! Slow down.
They're not gonna let you out with that, sis.
You said you had what? You said you had what? 200 in the tank, in the chamber? Holy schmoly!
That have been like, I'll have the chorus, or I'll have the first verse, and all I have to do is go back and finish it. So they're not all completed songs, but I have like these pages where I started the song, and so I essentially have the song, because once I have a portion of it, I can go back and finish it. But
okay.
It's I won't say completed. I don't know, maybe like 100 completed. But I just have a whole lot, and I'm
come on, sis, you gotta give it to us. Oh yes, it's the right time. I understand. We gotta be patient. Me and Mahajadim gotta be patient, because we're about to say, we need this heat. We need the heat. At some point, that means we're gonna be seeing we're gonna be hearing a lot from Zaimah Habib for the rest of 2020. And then 2021.
Zaimah Beloved, yes, that's right.
My fault. Zaimah Beloved, my fault. My fault.
My government.
She said my government.
Yeah, you will. No, you will. And everything starts small, like as a germ, you know. And me personally, like I'm like a bamboo, you know. It takes so long to burst out of the ground. It takes so long. I think it's like, I don't know, they say like 6 years or something. It takes so long for the bamboo to finally break the ground.
Yes.
But once it does, it's
Yes.
like pew.
Yep, it just goes. Poof.
That's me.
And this is love. We got here love from a fellow artist. We just told you about Misunderstood. We had her on last time. She said that this is Zaimah. Tavasha said that
she's been in the game for a long time. Killing the game.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
She says
hailing with an H. Hailing the game.
Oh yes. She said
I love her.
She said that you've been dope, sister. You've been dope. Zaimah's been dope.
No. I was learning from her. Like, people were fascinated with her because she was spitting the truth. Like, especially when she talked about relationships, we was like, "Whoa, shoot, she said that."
Whoa, yeah. This is. Hold
on. Do I see a duo? Can we get Shotty on the beat too?
I know, right?
Shotty Aki.
We should get a. Y'all gotta do a verses. Y'all gotta do a verses one day, like a verses.
Ooh.
You know how they were doing the verses on like Instagram or whatever. Verses where they had the two artists together.
Yeah.
Y'all should have a new Freedom XChange verses. Right.
Okay. What you think about that, Dean? What y'all think about that, Marsha?
That's what it
is. So you don't give us. You're giving us ideas, Zaimah. You're giving us ideas. You know, don't have to get started now. You know,
that's what we're here for. Each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
No, this is good.
So let me tell
man.
you something before you play the track. So I don't know if you heard of this song. Who is it by? What's his name? Orange Juice Jones.
Orange Juice Jones. Let's put that.
I forget his name. There was a song. I don't know, Bilal. You might be a little too young for that, but. Kelly Rowland's little sister.
Kelly Rowland's little sister.
Might know. Kelly Rowland's
I'm glad you think I'm that young, sis. I take all those compliments.
It doesn't crack. It just doesn't. That don't crack. Remember that song where the guy was like, I saw you and him walking in the rain.
Yes.
You were holding hands and okay. So that was inspiration for this song also.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Is it orange juice? Okay, I think I might have found it. I think I might have found it.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Yeah, you gotta see it. You
gotta
Google. You better.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Yeah, like he follows the girl and continue. That's all I'll say because I want you to go on the journey with me as you listen to the song, guys.
All right, let's go on the journey.
We're going to do it in one moment. We want to do a station identification. Okay. We're at New Freedom XChange exclusive with our daily Zaimah Beloved, getting ready to do the debut of her new track called Lower Chakra. We're also simulcasting on United Media Group, which is our international platform. So shout out to all our Ghanaians and Australians and everybody that's following us internationally.
International.
Absolutely. So we're here live. We're going to do a countdown. Let me line it up. Let me tell your friends and your family. Make sure you share.
Share the stream. Share the stream.
2 minutes before we do this countdown.
Sharing is caring. Please share the stream.
Sharing is caring.
So one last question before we pull everything up. I have a daughter. I know Sister Marsha has daughters. Bilal has a sister. So you represent not just the Muslim, not just the African American, not just the consciousness, but also our women, and we have to respect our women. So can you just share a message to the young girls, the young ladies that might have a talent, that might have an interest in artistry? Give them some word of advice before we go into your new track.
Oh man. Listen, this is our time. You know, this is our time. humanity is in a state of evolution that is really, right for a feminine energy to come in, step in, do what we do, and keep the femininity flowing. We want to keep our touch. We don't want to have a man's touch when we do what we do. We want to keep our touch as women, but this is a perfect time for us. I think the society is really calling for feminine leadership and influence. So if God has given you something, ladies, sisters, daughters, mothers, if you have something inside of you, know that God specifically wanted it there. He specifically put it there. And if you're so inclined towards something where you feel like a calling and you feel like, wow, this is something that I can't stand to not do it. And when I see someone else do it, I hurt. I feel pain. Like I used to literally feel pain, like hearing someone's song that was like so amazing. And I'd be like, oh my God. I want that to be me on the radio. I want that to be my music on the radio. When you have that experience where you feel something very strongly when it comes from someone else, it could be jealousy. It could be just like, a strong yearning for that. Understand that is a direction and that your soul is trying to guide you. And all it takes is for you to step into those shoes, because you're already that person. You are already there. You just have to start living that way.
Excellent.
You don't know what's going to come. You don't know what's going to come once you do that, because God is amazing and he owns all resources. And so if you're doing something that he has put inside of you to do, you just don't know where it could lead. So why not try it?
Right. I love that. I mean, just like Dean said, like I have 3 daughters. I mean, even what you just said just now spoke to me, right? Because it was just like, dag, sis, you got a lot in you and you sitting on that. So that was just a reminder for me. And a lot of times I feel like we're held back just by fear, right? Like just the fear of the unknown. If I do this, what will come from it? Will I be criticized? Am I really good enough? We deal with all of those sorts of things. And so just to see our sister persevering beyond that is just like, you know what? She did it. I can too. So I love that.
It's been a fight. It's been a fight. It's been a fight to the finish. It's been a fight. Because I think my first language is fear, guys.
I understand that. I understand that.
That's my first language. I know fear very well. Very fearful and not wanting to be vulnerable and wanting to be perfect before you get out there. We all just want to be, I just want to have it perfect. Like when Bilal was like, hey, yo, can we debut that track? I'm like, oh man, I don't know if this is the right show to do it.
Right. And then it's the right show. No, it's the lovely show.
Yes,
it's a lovely show.
I'm letting you know why it's the right show, Zaimah. It's the right show because they're the only ones who asked. How about that? Boom.
Right.
Boom.
Come on.
Come on. Gotta grab before you can walk.
Put that out there, Majideen. Put that out there, Blunt.
You got it. You got it.
I'm about to ask, man.
Here we go. Put the timer on real quick.
Put the timer on, man. How many minutes is that, man? How many minutes is that, man?
10 seconds, man.
Oh, all right.
10 seconds.
Really, Majideen?
Oh, that was a blooper.
What happened?
Blooper.
Oh my!
That was pretty cool. You guys really have a good show here. Y'all got a good vibe here, man. It's great. I'm gonna get back in my car. Once I go in the house, it's gonna be loud, so I figure I'll stay out there.
All right, so let's take 2. Let's try it again. The countdown.
Try it again. Let's try it again. Oh! If it doesn't work, we'll just do our own.
Oh, yeah, our own joint, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Yes.
Very
futuristic.
Right. Oh, can't forget the drums.
It's a bop.
What? What the? Yo, man.
All right, now we're ready. Let's go. I was just seeing if y'all was ready. If y'all ready, now you're ready. I was just making sure.
You're just testing us, right?
Exactly.
You got it?
Exactly. I got the track right here. Here we go.
Okay. Pull it.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, Bismillah. Let's go. Ooh.
inside your eyes and see secrets.
Oh, bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yo, bring it back. Bring it back. Pull low. Lord it up. Lord it.
My God. My God.
Yo, Dean, pull the track back. Pull it back. Buffer that joint. Pull it back.
This is called crawling before you can walk, America. All have to start. You better crawl, America. You better crawl.
Listen, they're about to get these lower chakras right now. Come on, pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back, man.
Come on.
I was over here bobbing.
Yeah, that's right. The beat was crazy, though. The beat was crazy.
What do you need it to buffer, my brother? You need it to buffer?
I don't know. I mean, it's buffer.
You probably...
There you go. There you go.
I can look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep, deep down and see secrets. I can see that way, way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that you can look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep, deep down and see secrets. I can see that way, way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that you're moving real different lately. Come here. Look me in the eyes, baby. If you got other plans, just be honest. Stand up and be a man, don't forget your promise. What's good with you? You okay? You say you're cool, then you look away. Something's wrong with you, you look repentant. And it ain't hot, so why you sweating? Look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep, deep down and see secrets. I can see that way, way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that you can look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep, deep down and see secrets. I can see that way, way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that that information that I have is metaphysical. I don't need no proof and I don't need no visual. I trust my gut, I hear it loud and clear. You say that's not enough, I say it is my dear. I walk barefoot on the soil. The ground whispered to me you ain't loyal. The birds chirping saying you slicker than oil. My intuition is at work, watch it toil. You can't hide. No, you can't hide. True love inside your arms. No, you can't lie to me. No, you can't lie to me. I feel it. I followed you today. I saw you go to her house and I saw you stay about 7 hours. And then I saw you leave. I saw her come to the door, call your name and give you your tie. And then I saw her kiss you goodbye. And then I knocked on her door. She let me in and she told me everything. I saw you gave her the same book you gave me on her coffee table. I saw you gave her the same scarf too. That was one of my favorites. But I didn't know she was expecting your baby. I felt for her. So I told her, listen, you have nothing to worry about. We're gonna raise that baby. All of us. All three of us. Together. And I told her, hey, welcome to the family.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
That was dope.
Yo, Y'all thought I was gonna be bashing somebody's windows in, right? Nah.
Yeah, I didn't know where you was going with that one. You
you just like flipped it, right? Because it was just like, oh wait, where is this going? It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I got tons of questions.
Oh man, that was a rocker.
That was dope. The beat was dope. The hook was dope. All of it. I'm sitting here like, oh my God. I feel like I just read a book or something.
Yes.
Like I watched a movie because I saw it all in my head as you were singing it. So that was awesome. That was so awesome.
Thank
you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Ooh, so the first thing that came to my mind as I was listening to it in the beginning, right? The hook. You talked about protection earlier, right? And how that's something that you connect with, right? Just being able to protect that thing. So when you were like, I can look inside and see secrets, I was just like, oh wait, wow, like to be able to look in somebody's eyes and see through their soul. That's how I'm connected to it. Just like, oh man, like I don't know why looking in my eyes.
You know what? It's a little exaggerated, obviously, but it's talking about a woman's intuition. It's really talking about intuition. And a lot of times women, like I'm not really, the birds chirping saying you slicker than oil. It's entertainment. But a woman has intuition. We have like kind of like these hints and these information that comes to us, and you have to be very, very pure and clean and good to make sure you're getting to make sure you're getting, because I do understand and realize that women accuse men of cheating all the time, and they actually are not. But in this case, he was, and she knew it, and her intuition had told her. And intuition is a protection from God to the mothers, right? To women, to the feminine species. Like it's a protection for us because we don't have as much strength. So intuition helps us to kind of know something. And even men have intuition. Like we all have intuition, but women, being the wombs, being the mothers, we kind of have a little bit of extra something.
Extra something. Yeah, and then when you got to the point where it flipped, when you started to speak, right? It was just like, oh, wait, where is this going, right? Because that sort of vibe usually goes to, well, come on, girl, let's go jump him, or let's go do whatever it is. Yes,
burn your clothes.
Yes, we busting windows out of cars and all types of stuff. And so the fact that it sort of flipped, it was just like, wow.
It was important. Like I said, if you don't live it, it won't come out your horn. That's not something that I would do. And so it's a song also about redemption. It's about forgiveness and redemption. It's about forgiveness and redemption. And just because we come from the Islamic faith, I'm so glad that I'm on this show, because I can really, for my first interview about this song, I can really, really talk about it, get down to the nitty-gritty. If I'm on other platforms, I probably have to water it down a little bit, but we believe in polygyny. We believe in polygyny, and it's something that as descendants of slaves, I think that we have to be a little bit more open to it because of the deficits of the deficits of men, and there being so many single women. So it's also kind of like a nod to that, because instead of saying, oh well, sis, you on your own with that baby, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. And so it's a song about redemption and forgiveness, and hey, bringing her into the fold.
Right.
I know the sisters they're gonna hate my guts, actually.
Why? Wait. Why would the sisters hate your guts? Wait, hold on. Why would
they're gonna hate my guts on this one. They're gonna hate my guts.
But I understand that too. I understand her saying that, because you do have a segment of us that are kind of just like, I could never do that. And then you have a segment that are just like, what? Okay, it's permissible. So let's see how this plays out. And then on the flip side of it, there are situations where maybe a brother is not necessarily conducting himself in that polygyny in a manner that is best for everyone. So I think that you just get the gamut from sisters in terms of who will be for some of the things that are coming out in the song and who will be against it. You know, and it's a personal perspective, either based on experience or what you've seen.
Yeah, like honestly, like I can't say, like you have to be upright, and that's all. That's like, I am upright, and I expect someone to be upright. That's not how I move, so I don't expect someone that I would be with to move in that way. But just because, you know, I'm talking about, this is the song for the world, right? And you know, you have so many songs out there where the women have been cheated on, have been hurt by a man for, you know, him having more than one, and what they do in response is like, you know, devastation and destruction. So it's kind of like, I wanted it to be a conversation piece, and to show people that that's not the only way. You know, you slashing his tires and running up his cards and selling his house underneath him, you know, that's one thing, and that's a popular path, but there are other ways and this to me is a way that also elevates me in the process.
Wow. And that's what I felt from the song. I felt a sense of elevation, right? Because like even men who try to do the best they can do, and they might fall into that category of their lower chakra and their weakness, and instead of being strong and facing it with your mate, they go off and do something like that. They go off and try to feel where they have the strength at, versus sticking with those who got your back, you know. And so brothers, we gotta tighten up too, because women, they do go through a lot, and that pain and that suffering that they hold in, it hurts them more than it might hurt us initially. But in the end game, it's going to come back, you know. So it's best to just try to minimize it as early as possible, you know, to get it cleared up.
Yes.
Excellent. So that was Zaimah Beloved. We're gonna have to do a rerun. We gotta do a retake.
I love it.
We might have to do one more before you go. She will be midnight debuting on Apple Music, Tidal, and Spotify. So check her out on that for sure. Download it and do what you gotta do. He just said it's fire.
Fire, you already know.
Yes, we got a fan on the line. I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me. Like I truly deeply feel like honored and privileged to be on your show. For you to come together every week and put forth something. You are producers. That is an honorable place to be. You are producers, and you are a part of the bigger scheme of things, and I'm honored to be on your platform, and wherever I go, which I'm telling you, it's going to be good, I will remember you.
No doubt. We ain't gonna drop our bomb yet. Bilal got something up his sleeve. He working on that deli joint. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that, Beloved. They ain't ready for that yet, But you say that you come heavily or lightly equipped. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you know, ready or not, here we come. You know what I'm saying? Ready or not, here comes Zaimah Beloved. You know what I'm saying? On the scene, re-emerging herself. She has recreated herself, reimagined herself. And she has given us this new single. And just imagine what's going to come down the pipe.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
Man, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. And then once this whole COVID thing starts to, go away, inshallah, we can talk about booking the sister. Booking the sister. You got to book the sister. Bring her overseas. We had to even bring her overseas. Yeah, I mean, just bring. We just, we gotta exercise our United Media Group connections.
Yeah, my Ghanaian people.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever, I mean? God has big things in store. This is a wonderful time for us. Wonderful time for us. So all you can do is do your best.
Yes,
Please
it is.
visit and subscribe to ZaimahBeloved.com. You'll get notifications on whatever I'm doing. And I thank you. Look at you guys. Y'all got it together. Y'all got it together.
You already know how we go.
Boom. Boom. Ask and you shall receive. Right there.
Yes.
Also follow her on Instagram.
You
I never even gave him that though. See, wow.
Like and subscribe.
They do that research. That's that research. Y'all are family. Y'all are family.
That's right.
Y'all are truly family. Y'all are truly family. Thank you so much, man.
Man. No, we got to. We got to, man. We got to show love to our people. You know what I'm saying? It's because this is a beautiful time, and we come out with beautiful content, and we gotta broadcast to the world. You know what I'm saying? Forget about what these other cats is doing. We gotta broadcast what's good, what's positive.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Real rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you just do your part. Allah will take care of the rest. You gotta be in the race, though. We gotta be in the race.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
No, absolutely.
That's a big piece of it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. We have to be in the race.
Like I feel angels at my back. I'm like, yo, I got the angels. I'm the prayers of the ancestors. I'm just like, I feel it. I feel it being answered through us. Like this is a magnificent time. I want to send a shout out to Imam Rashad Abdul Rahman.
Yes, right.
Right, and that's my fellow classmate right there.
You already know.
I'm not gonna tell him that you didn't do your homework. Why he put you on blast like that?
It's all good. Yeah,
but yeah, like he's the one who really I went to him like, oh my God, this is a crazy time, and he shifted my perception. It was like, actually, this is probably the best time for believers. Right. This is a wonderful time coming. And once I started seeing it that way and observing the signs, I was like, wow, I'm so honored to be alive right now.
Mm-hmm. And to add to that, I sort of echo the sentiments that this is the best time, right? Because even when we think about the fact that, we have the COVID-19 happening and we're sheltered in place, and even though we're sort of coming out of that a little bit, but the fact that we've had to move so much of what we do in our communities as Muslims to this online platform, I feel like that was sort of a thrust, right? A thrust for us to get out on a platform where people are actually moving and shaking, right? Because so many times we're trying to do so much within those four walls, but everybody's online, and so it's kind of like, well, we need to be on there too, because I think about my children. I have a 16-year-old, I have a 14-year-old.
Girl,
this is where they're.
You are lying.
Yes, Cut
it out.
I have 3 girls.
Cut it out. I call her.
My girls are 9, 14, and 16.
That's hard for me to believe.
Wow.
I call her Kelly Rowland's baby sister. I'm like, wow.
Not so much of a baby, but I'll take that. but and the fact that we're sort of moving all that we do onto this online platform where a lot of young Muslims are, right? Where my daughters are looking for information or looking for something to connect to that maybe they're not looking for something that's necessarily Islam, but when they find it on here, it's like, that's just alhamdulillah, right?
That's right. That's right. Yes, you're
absolutely.
right. And let them know, like, don't, like, you can't do it for with expectation. You can't do it to expect something. So like, I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not a good salesperson. I'm just like, look, I'm like, here, if you want to buy it, like, I hope you buy it, but it's without any expectation. It's just because I have to express it. And so have them do it for the love and do it for the joy, and the rest will come without any expectation except for fulfilling it by expressing themselves.
Excellent.
Man.
Excellent. So we're going to close it out there. Is it okay if we play one more time, or we want to just, that was good?
Is it? All I'm going to ask
I want it again.
Is it buffered? Is it buffered? Are we ready?
Bro Deen, is it buffered, bro?
Matter of fact, let me reset it. Doo-doo.
Yeah, reset that.
Don't get in trouble.
We can't. We got. We got to look dignified out here.
You're right. All right, here we go.
We're the cream of the crop right now.
I think
pull the trigger. Oh, man.
I already see the music video.
Inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep down and see secrets. I can see that way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that you look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep down and see secrets. I can see that way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that you're moving real different lately. Come here. Look me in the eyes, baby. If you got other plans, just be honest. Stand up and be a man, don't forget your promise. What's good with you? You okay? You say you're cool, then you look away. Something's wrong with you, you look repentant. And it ain't hot, so why you sweating? Look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep down and see secrets. I can see that way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that you look inside your eyes and see secrets. I can look in deep down and see secrets. I can see that way down in your lower chakra. Then that you see, I know that the information that I have is metaphysical. I don't need no proof and I don't need no visual. I trust my gut, I hear it loud and clear. You say that's not enough, I say it is, my dear, it is, my dear. I walk barefoot on the soil. The ground whispered to me, told me you ain't loyal. The birds chirping saying you slicker than oil. My intuition is at work, watch it, watch it. You can't hide. No, you can't hide of me. You know inside your eyes. No, you can't lie to me. No, you can't lie to me. I followed you today. I saw you go to her house and I saw you stay about 7 hours. And then I saw you leave. I saw her come to the door, call your name and give you your towel. And then I saw her kiss you goodbye. And then I knocked at her door. She let me in and she told me everything. I saw you gave her the same book you gave me on her coffee table. I saw you gave her the same scarf too. That was one of my favorites. But I didn't know she was expecting your baby. I felt for her. So I told her, listen, you have nothing to worry about. We're gonna raise that baby. All of us. All three of us. Together. And I told her, hey, welcome to the family.
Woo-wee! Zaimah Beloved, Lower Chakras. Midnight tonight. New single, Apple Music, Google Play, Tidal, Amazon Music, and everyone else. Spotify, all that. Spotify, all that, beloved.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have the best spirit and energy. I really enjoyed myself. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
That's great, man.
My first premiere.
Woo! That's right. Oh, New Freedom XChange, beloved. First premiere for Zaimah. Beloved. Oh, yo, you're in that premiere first.
We gonna make Bilal your promoter.
That's right.
Listen, Bilal. Right. Like, you are a man of many talents. He's a weatherman. You know, he's a weatherman. He does his weather. You know, he does PR. You know what I mean?
All that, man. We get busy in a little bit. We get busy in a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get busy a little bit of everything, you know. But yes, this has been an amazing night. an amazing time. You know, we're really
stay
grateful
encouraged.
for. Oh yes, stay encouraged, stay blessed.
Yes.
We really love the time that we spend with our people. You know what I'm saying? We love the vibes here in this space, man. The space is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we wish the best for. We wish the best for.
It's very special.
Yes, absolutely. And we wish the best. We wish the best for Zaimah Habib.
Thank
you know,
you.
and Zaimah Beloved, excuse me, Zaimah Beloved.
Okay.
You know, what I'm
They
saying,
got my government. They gonna know how to find me. They
already got. He done gave it away already.
I'm like, yeah. Inshallah.
All we gotta do is give us your address next.
Allah protect me. That's all I can say. My birthday is but my birthday is actually the same day as Beyonce's.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Another showdown. Another
showdown. Throw that rod.
Oh wait, and I was born on the same day in the same hospital as Beyonce.
Oh,
showdown for real.
We need a showdown for real. Showdown.
I would never do a showdown with the queen. She is the queen. No, I would not.
We throw down.
But that's always been inspiring to me. I'm like, okay, this is inspiring. It's just inspiring. But my birthday literally doesn't exist because Beyonce's birthday is like, who's Zaimah?
Forget about Beyonce.
That's called the exchange, the new Freedom Exchange. It's a switcheroo.
Switcheroo, man. We gotta embrace the other talent, man. It just can't be Beyonce. I mean, like, come on, we got other talent. We gotta support our peoples, man. Like it's just Beyonce got all the coins, she gets all the props, she got all the coins. Okay, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Black Parade though. You gotta. I don't know if you heard Black Parade.
I did.
Black Parade. That was dope.
I heard it. You know what I mean?
Gotta give props where props are due.
You know what I mean? But we know.
Yeah.
You know.
There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for everyone.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Play a room for everyone to eat.
That day.
Just prosper. To prosper. Right, Mahadeen? To prosper. Okay. Mahadeen, take it away, man.
Yeah, we appreciate our special guest, Zaimah Beloved, for coming on, debuting her newest track, Lower Chakras. Check it out, all on. Here we go, the screen right here. Bam.
Oh, you guys are
Apple Music, Google Play, Tidal, Amazon Music, all streaming platforms tonight at midnight. Production by Fareed Alameen.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta
we will be back. New Freedom Exchange. We'll be back Saturday. We got another special presentation. What's the topic, Bilal?
Shadiaki?
Yeah.
Oh man, are they ready for that? Aki?
You confirm the topic? We got
we confirm the topic. Hold on, man. They gotta get a drum roll. You gotta get a drum roll for that too.
We're about to go deep.
I wanna watch. What time is that gonna be at?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock
Eastern Standard Time.
We talk about the topic is the soul. The soul and self governance. The soul and self governance.
Beautiful.
That's the topic.
Beautiful.
With Shadi Aki. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
I have an interview on Saturday. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm being interviewed by PBS about my COVID experience.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice. But hopefully I'll be able to check out Shadi Aki.
What time? Okay, when is that? Oh, okay.
My interview's at 1.
Okay.
I don't know when they're gonna publish it. I'll let you know when
Okay. Yeah, we need to premiere that John. Oh no, okay. We have to stop. Okay. We had to take it from you before I stop.
Relax.
No, but check us out.
Try to publish it before PBS publishes it, before they broadcast it.
Hey, they call themselves the public broadcasting,
exactly.
Network. So hey,
exactly.
We are the new public right now. We in the competition towards all that is good. So it's all good.
Yes, you are.
That's right.
And y'all are gonna win. Y'all are gonna win. You heard it here first. Y'all are gonna win.
So check us out on Facebook. Also, Monday we have on station IWDM at 7 p.m. Sister Asia from Jessica Cares. We'll be talking about community development on there as well. So we thank you all for joining us. This is New Freedom Exchange, your cultural expression for social dignity and community empowerment. Until next time, I'm Deen.
I'm
Bilal, and our beloved sister Zaimah Beloved.
Excuse me.
Oh, Donna. Oh, who just came in before we go?
So nice she did it twice. So nice you do it twice.
Hey.
Marsha. Hey, that's my mama.
There's your mama.
I like your mom.
Look, Ma, I made it.
Let me show you.
She made it, mama.
Started from the bottom, now I'm here.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to mom. Shout out to mom for tuning in.
I love you all.
Yes, love you too.
We love you back.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
They tryna turn Trenton into Baby Flint. Been signs by depression on the billboards ever since. 100 years ago we was lynched. Now they use germ warfare to kill us. I'm convinced, got the evidence. I look around and it's evident. Then go down to City Hall and see so much negligence. Real art is intelligent. A true artist sends messages that speak to your intelligence. They fought and died so I can do my thing. Not to get drunk and high or join no game. I will not let none of you die in vain. For my people I bang, bang, bang. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. I rep for you in everything I do. I rep for you in every place I go. I rep for you in everything I do. In every place I go. They say post-traumatic slavery disorder's fake, but I just tell them all to wake up. Everything we went through, what a way down a rape, bro. Isn't all genetic makeup. So I am my ancestors from block to block. Let's build like it's Tetris. We must unite, link up like a necklace. They fought and died and we disrespected. So I come to correct it. The legacy they left I protected. We only think about self and neglected. You're African but yet you rejected. No. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. My ancestors been through so much pain. I don't let them die in vain. I rep for you in everything I do. I rep for you in every place I go. I rep for you in everything I do. In every place I go.